Well, I think James stuff is not using packages yet. That's all stuff from source, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. So, are these packages consumable?
In theory.
Even if they're broken once you install them, can you install them?
Yeah. In theory, I'm not sure how much we've tried to do that yet. I mean, I'm in the early stages of doing that, and so is Ralph. So, I mean, they are certainly broken to some extent. We know for sure that the installation process hasn't been completed. The install chef.sh. But they're based off the Crowbar 1, SUSE Cloud 1 packages, which do work. So hopefully they won't be too far off.
So, I haven't been keeping track of all of the cards because I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. To the build stuff. Is there already a card that captures the make it work part beyond the build or make it install?
Yeah, there are plenty of separate cards. So this card is complete for sure.
I guess the build is there, we can accept it. That's basically what I was trying to ask.
I mean, to clarify, this card wasn't even about getting the package building. This was just getting the setup of the OBS project correct. So that was the step before the package building. There are cards for the package building, which will are also in the done column, so we can review, one of them.
Somebody needs to mute the microphone when they're not talking.
And then there are separate cards for the installation piece.
Alright, so somebody needs to mute the microphone, but there's not benefit of hearing. It might be on my side. That's the side benefit of hearing. You might. For my sanity. I can do better. Does this comment here? Just for my sanity.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we're talking that. You want to talk to this one? Okay. You want to talk to this one?
This is done. That's the same diagram.
If anyone has any questions about that diagram, then
we just talked about it and looked at it.
I think we have.
Yeah, I mean, we can, if anyone has any questions about that diagram, then I'd be more than happy to go into more detail. But I think that's planned for one of the upcoming design calls anyway.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Actually, the last two check boxes are done off this. There's still some cleanup that I'm trying to do, but the migration is actually done. And the top checkbox too.
I thought I saw a note from you saying. Sorry, I thought I saw a note from you saying
installs are working. There's still some ripples where the docs.
Not all the code that needs to consume this is fully functioning yet.
It's like an hour. I would my request for this, since the docs have moved to the right locations, is to take the story and then accept that I have some bugs to fix, but we can leave it open also. I'm mixed.
Okay. My explanation would probably be to put this one that also on my
correct.
My explanation would probably be to so this one is also done, right? Change base install copy. should we accept this and create?
You know, I'm just going to fix them today. There's not a lot.
Second, we're doing this card.
We could.
That,
I'd rather not get stuck in
that's the
procedures
bug.
on it. I'm going to fix it today. Ideally, this isn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to get this done earlier in the week. But since the docs have moved and people can now edit the docs in the new spots, I would consider this done. We can leave it done and then we can move it to accepted later. Why don't we do that?
Any other thoughts? I agree with that. That's like we're tidying it up. It should be done in a few hours. Any other thoughts? Too much process. I'm good with that. That sounds reasonable. Like we're tidying it up. It should be done in a few hours. Then let's not add too much process. All right. Adam.
So that was creating basically a meta package for
project in the build. That's all done. So that was creating basically a meta package for each project in the build service. In other words, for each box on the diagram that we just flashed up. And that meta package has a build time requirement on all the other packages. And so basically, if that meta package builds, then you know that all the other packages have built successfully and install successfully and co-inhabit the same operating system instance peacefully together. So it's like an extra sanity check. So those packages exist. You can actually, I think they're probably, are they linked from the Trello card?
I also created a sync-in.
No, I'll add a link now so that you can, anyone can go and have a look at them if they want.
I'm a little confused around which one is actually a meta package. Each one of these is a meta package?
No, those boxes are they're projects, except for the big ones, which are GitHub repositories. So an OBS project is a container for packages. So, for example, systems management, chef, and staging is a staging area for lots of packages, including the chef, various chef packages, and all the dependencies, which are mostly Ruby gems. So inside each of those projects, not all of them, but the ones that are currently populated, there is an additional package which it doesn't contain anything. It just has a dependency, a build time dependency on the other packages. So it acts as a sanity check rather than as a mechanism for delivering anything. It won't. If we build products out of these packages, we won't include that extra package in the ISOs. It's just there as a build time check.
Okay, I guess I don't know enough about OBS and it's requirements.
It's kind of complicated, and I've actually spent a lot of effort documenting it on an OpenSUSE wiki page, which I'll also add to the description of this card now.
Should we not talk about this again because it's okay? We talked about packages a lot. Should we not talk about this again because it sounds as if we just talked about packages a lot?
Yeah, there's not much to say there except I just completed the remaining tasks. And yeah, if that's done.
So now it does this. I don't think we did this part.
Let me see the card again.
Hey John, you're on?
Yes, that's complete. Hold on. Set up VMs and admins. That is okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is actually a different card. Is the thing. So VMs for admin nodes is not the same.
I don't think we
build VM.
This one is not.
So his docs are fine. I would delete that. I would delete the story.
Yep.
Delete the checkbox. Sorry, and check off docs. I want him to do that, but it's its own thing.
Delete the checkbox.
Woo!
I don't know. Can you want to do that?
Oh man, so Andy, convert to card makes that concept of epic story.
So there is not for using
that you were describing. The process that would make sense.
So maybe we finish doing the done and talk about the whole discussion we had earlier.
Check off docs and take done.
All right, let me just. Did you guys have a chance to play around with system? Try to use Vagrant system? I have. Did you guys have a chance to play around with SUSE? Trying to use Vagrant with SUSE?
I have not. No, not me.
It's in the done category. Oh, where did it put it? Yeah, there.
Where did it
I would move that
the card
backlog
go,
into background. That's fine. Leave it. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Where did it?
I can speak to that if Dave's not on the phone.
Okay.
So, basically, we've now done all the pending database migration work. User, which actually was not a migration, but new functionality was included in this, and so there's actually now a user management screen. We chose to not make it where you can create users and do things like that from the screen, because we felt like it increased the QA burden at this point, but you can create users using the CLI and the API. So there are mechanisms to add users and change users right now. But we kept the UI pretty straightforward. And it's all test. It all has test coverage. Oh, sorry.
Rob, I am on, and one note is that the UI is implemented, but it's only in dev mode right now. So do we need to add a separate?
We could. I would rather not right now.
In the backlog for this.
Because I'm trying to focus this on ship readiness, and we felt that the CRUD for UI was not ship ready.
It's fine. You can put it in the Uber backlog.
Go ahead and do that then. That's fine. That way we don't lose the
It's fine. You can put it in the Uber backlog. I don't know. Right.
Yep. And then move that card, pick move. Change the order. You got it. And then
you had
no, it's not that. Community. Put it in community. Awesome! That's awesome. Look at how much we got done.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. How much we got done? Do we need to talk about this item, or is this basically internal things, or are we blocking these?
Okay. So this will soon be done. Do we need to talk about this item, or is this basically internal things, or are we blocking it?
I have one other
internal
that I
issue which should hopefully be resolved soon.
But I wanted to wait and do it. So we have this. There's an update license.
So before we go into the delete
round that we've been working, we have an audit going on for the licensing? It's up in the middle. Andy, I would like to move that to blocked because what we're waiting on contract to finish doing an audit. Not done. And once that's done, once we have that information, then we'll be able to start putting the information into the actual license areas of the bark lamps.
Once we have that information.
Yes. Just so we're tracking that it's coming.
Is it time to chat a little about that checklist and stuff?
Let's pause and just make sure nobody else has a block that we need to resolve.
Is it time to chat a little about that ethic and checklist and stuff?
Cool. Okay. We have the process item talking about the epics, which I think is good, and then I'd like to take a minute process-wise and talk about the tests. Okay. Go ahead, Andy.
Go ahead on what?
Talking about the epic cards.
Sorry, go ahead on what? So, one of the things, it's a proposal on how potentially we can make the Trello board let reality better and keep our sanity better. So, with that prelude, the idea is a lot of our cards currently are actually epic. They're not feasibly doable within a sprint, which, okay, it's not that bad. So the thought was that once we create one of these large epics, the first thing we do during that sprint, or for any epic that doesn't currently have it, we basically go and create a checklist that says, here's a reasonable decomposition of this epic into items we can reasonably achieve within a sprint. And as we work on things, the default process is probably that the checklist is reasonably created during the decomposition work. So mini design kind of. As we start working on things, we convert checklist items into cards during sprint planning to say this is what we reasonably expect to achieve during this sprint. So we can better track, here's the epic, and here's the work we've achieved towards completing that epic. Right, so the card I have up here for as a potential example is the CNDB outbound stuff where it's not going to be done, well, it hasn't been done in a sprint in a little while because there are other issues. But if we convert the checklist items into cards, we can be a little more explicit around what we reasonably expect to be able to do in a sprint. Commentary.
Oops, we lost Adam. We lost your.
Sounds good to me.
I think we dropped him. So Andy, I'm assuming that we would prefix the title.
My sharing for some reason stopped. Sorry. No.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing that we want to
sure. Yeah, because we would want to share that.
Oh no, I think Adam lost his voice. Just
sorry, I was trying to get the share back.
All right, so without, I don't want to prolong the discussion. Let's give it a shot. I'm assuming Adam's okay with that. We'll call stories epics. We'll decompose them in a checklist, and then we'll use that convert to card. It seems like Trello is set up for that.
You can't hear me anymore?
I can now.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that.
You can't hear me anymore?
I can now.
Oh. Yeah, no, I thought I said I'm okay with that. Maybe I just need to.
Okay.
So what happens, just to clarify, when you do that, the conversion of a checklist item to a card, what happens to the original item?
I think the checklist item disappears. Yeah. That's what we did before, right? And for example, this guy.
I was hoping that we could actually see the checklist getting burned down, so to speak, off.
Yeah, I guess that's okay then. I guess. Add
items back for that.
I was hoping that we could actually see the checklist getting burned down. Yeah, I don't think it's an audit track.
It doesn't seem to be tracking it at all. Like,
well, maybe there is. I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, I don't think there's an audit trail for changes to.
In the interest of keeping moving, why don't we try it like this? And then
I'm not seeing it. So
we need to tweak it.
The audit trail. So this is the only audit trail. You can type from the So this is the only audit track.
We might want to go back
from the Unity for the big old card.
Let's.
Yeah. I want to go back and on that note.
Yeah. And on that note, sorry, won't take long. Just when making that link, I think it's better to use a URL because it seems that if you just reference the card number, then that ends up being a dangling link when the card gets moved to the board. I just noticed that for one of the other cards. So I think I think that's right. I haven't tested for sure yet, but that seems to be, that URL. If we use that, then it's probably going to be more robust when you, because we are going to eventually archive all these cards, of course, to the archive board.
Well, I wouldn't, Andy. I was thinking that you would create a to-do and mark the to-do as done, like with the original. So, just in that, right? No, it's yeah. This is where it's ugly because then you've got the checklist.
It's not really done.
Note like that. I think that's
at this point we actually split it. So this is about it.
Okay, I had a small process item just as a note. We still have not yet to a place where all the tests are correctly, and I just made the dots move that broke it. The jig change is probably going to break it again, but one of the things I'm hoping we'll do in the sprint is continue to make progress towards having exiting sprint with a reliable test suite. We can create a doing card for it if we want. I wouldn't. That's not the benchmark I'm shooting for. The thing is, I'm shooting for is that the 100. That actually, you know what that is? The benchmark I'm shooting for. That's right. So we want to have a reliable test suite. We didn't have 100% reliable test suite before we started the sprint. Let's fix that. So you can put BDD in there, scaffolds. That's actually already fixed, Andy.
So what's currently broken?
You actually have the docs. Put in the docs changes because they're going to
mark the docs. Are there BDD tests?
It's the whole series. That's fine. Just do that.
Are there BDD tests for them?
I think that we had the users testing. There's some users. Yeah. Users. Put them all. Let's put everything in that we've had issues with. I think you're right.
thought those were fixed. Between James?
Network is the other one. You're being too detailed. Maybe not. Maybe you're not. I say that all the time, and you're not.
Well, I'm thinking that multiple different people are going to be working on this.
That's fine.
Well, I'm thinking that multiple different people are going to be working on this.
I'm actually, what I was more concerned about was these per se.
They should be able to check things off as different people work on it.
Yeah, you got me. Judd and Victor. That's Judd, and Victor's the robot at the bottom. And Dave. Not all the way at the bottom.
Judd, any of the...
Towards middle. The eyeball, round, circle thing. We'll figure out it. But the key thing that in this list, Andy, is that we want to run unit tests to consistently pass. And that needs to be a checkbox item.
Because that's going to block Victor's next thing, which is to have the automation run the pull
requests.
No, that's not my next thing. That's the thing after the thing after the thing after the next thing.
Damn. All right.
It still works.
All right, that's it. All right. No, that is a task too, because that involves actually messing with the
This
script.
is not effectively a task,
Because
right?
there
The
are
running
things that we can probably adjust on timing or checks or things like that. So.
So James's Travis CI work, does he use the script? Do we need an item here to
So James's Travis CI work doesn't use the script. So do we need an item here to somehow
Or Adam, do you want to
get
speak to that?
Travis to also consistently pass? Or have some work to come up with?
So this is James. So from my perspective, I think if you guys can focus on getting the dev script to run unit tests without. So this is James. So from my perspective, I think if you guys can focus on getting the dev script to run unit tests to pass, I from my side can make sure that Travis will also work. So I think when Travis is fitting, there could be two reasons, right? So one is that actually fitting test, and the other might be the setup has somehow changed, or something is wrong with the Travis thing. Right. So I think the goal is, all the tests should run in all the different ER environments. So I think in the beginning there may be some differences. Right. So I think the goal is, all the tests should run in all the different ER environments, of course. So I think in the beginning there may be some differences in terms of the setup, but I think over time these will sort of converge and should be as similar as possible.
Should we keep the Travis as a separate card, just in terms of synchronization? Because it sounds as, in order for James to get the Travis thing to work, he first needs this set of
to me that's the ultimate test that we were successful that Travis is working. So it seems like it puts us on the same page.
Yeah, that's the ultimate in terms of coordination.
I mean, for me, it's a little bit hard to track this.
Thinking that in terms of coordination, it'd be easier to track it separately.
Sure.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, it's a little bit hard to track this in terms of a sprint because it's pretty much an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
Right, you fix it today, and tomorrow somebody commits something, and it's going to be broken again. So, not quite going to be done.
You're saying we'll first need the CI gating in place before we can actually tackle this?
To run unit testing. I think we can do a bit of both in parallel, but of course it'd be easier if the run unit testing works. Actually, I just sent an email. The setup unit test itself actually doesn't work now. At least not for me.
No, I broke it when I did the docs.
Yeah. So actually, I just sent an email. The setup unit test itself actually doesn't work now. At least not for me.
the column is? In here,
Yeah.
it's a card. We don't track it at all because it's ongoing. Okay, so what's the column is?
Why don't
In
you
here,
put it
it's
in
a
there,
separate card.
convert it to a card.
We don't
and
track it
then
at all
convert
because
to
it's
a
ongoing.
Okay, do we need anything else here before I go on?
I think you're good.
Okay, do we need anything else here before I move around?
So when I fix setup unit tests, I'll ping James. James, move this card out of block when you're not blocked.
Okay, well, jump down here, can you come back up here?
We should start at the top. Yeah.
Okay, where were we? So we jump down here, should we come back up here?
Victor, do you want to speak to this?
The jig reading.
So,
Reading.
Victor, do you want to speak to this?
Make changing full part yet.
Happening today.
Yeah, happening today. Probably in the middle of or after cleaning, depending on how much free time and or Ethernet. So
Did we have that whole family? I think we had that on email, but we don't really need to talk about.
Yeah, unless somebody's going to object.
Did we discuss the whole thing? I think we had it on the email list, so we don't really need to talk about.
My work in progress. Somebody's going to object. I've been trying to build an IT.
Okay, so my work in progress pull request storage CMDB, I'll disclose it. But I've been trying to build an ISO to make sure it works, and if sometimes it doesn't, so feel free to ignore the fact that it's out there. So we're leaving it in string, right, until sometime later today.
CMDB run is the next thing on my list, and then I didn't make it. I'm almost done with the bar clip, so it stays in doing. It should wrap up by end of week.
I'm almost done with the part.
Judd was sick, so he wasn't able to make progress. This is the story that he has.
I don't know if Judd is around.
It's the other half of the work I'm doing. So he's getting the data to come from Chef, and then I have the work where we actually take the data from Chef and then store it. So these are pieces that work together. That's not going to change. I don't think it's going to change.
Comments, question?
It definitely works.
I thought you did. You finished this one.
Leave it. Put it to Del Led, and then I'll take a look at it. I think I can knock that out in an hour. Wayne is working this.
I sent, well, it's a bad echo. I sent document reviews back to Srini and first Srini, and I haven't heard back. I have some more comments to send them that Rob and I discussed yesterday. So that's they converted the full documents, but I don't know the date of how they've broken the document down.
So is there a way we can get an initial commit for broader review?
Might be.
In the spirit of having small commits.
They were going to bring the documents up, and I presume make them available to look over before committing them, but I haven't heard any more.
Looks like the conversion part sounds like
Andy, you're suggesting we commit the big doc.
I'm eager to see it, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Convert the big, just
the converted documents.
and so that we see it in there, and then have them make the changes.
Sorry, say what?
Polls for the changes. Wayne, does that sound good? Let's keep moving on this card. Andy, we don't need to spend a lot of time.
We could do that, but they're not ready.
This is you.
Keep moving on this card. We don't have to
okay, so that actually is done. Although it broke, so never mind. Our spec unit test for some reason broke. Okay. So this was my part of the what led to the motivation of creating kind of an epic, effectively somewhat of an epic.
Smaller cards that are actually consumable within the sprint.
And these potentially are
and
smaller
you
cards
and I
that are actually
face-to-face,
consumable
so
within the sprint.
I'm hoping to get my inbound stuff wrapped up enough that you and I can work together on the outbound pieces.
Andy, you and I are
next week. So
do we want to break these into cards or or do we want to?
So do we want to?
I think we should
break these
move
into
the
cards and
epic
put
to
them
the sprint
towards
backlog.
the plan we just discussed,
Then
or do we want to?
as we work cards.
I think we should do.
Oh, you could have done it all from there. As we work. Wait, don't convert them now. Don't convert them now. You're missing. So what I was going to suggest you do is keep the epic in the front, and then move the sprint backlog card from there. So there's that move button.
What I would suggest you do is the epic backlog.
It looks like that one.
Don't convert them into cards right now. What I think we should do is leave the epic, and then as you pick up a task, and move it into the doing task.
Oh, that's what I'm suggesting. We'll be working
Okay. We don't have to do that in planning.
Oh,
it's in the
that's what
backlog.
I'm suggesting. I will be working on these two.
Okay, fair enough.
Free, eventually.
You don't have to do that in planning. In the backlog, that means pick it up.
Okay, fair enough. Current sprint, okay. Oh, it's already there.
I like it.
You want to talk to this?
Whoa.
Sure. So,
David, you want to talk to this?
Sure. So, there's 3 cards for the network views. This one is in progress right now. The view lists details of the network objects. And basically, in each of the cards, I added a snippet from the schema that needs to be modeled in the UI view. And each has a checklist of the tasks that need to be completed. I'm working on this sprint. I hope to actually get to the other 2 cards too, but I do not have them as currently being worked on. But I think I should be able to wrap all of it up this sprint. That's it for now. There's nothing pushed right now.
So on the routes, actually, where's the engine stuff, right? Because we've done the engine.
Well, I'm writing the routes.
I was thinking that your routes work will depend on the engine work, so you don't have to redo it.
Well, I'm writing the routes, and when it comes time to integrate engines, we'll probably push the routes I write into a specific route style for the network.
We'll need epic
engine.
for that.
Okay, so you have no dependencies. Fair enough. We just added this and we talked about it, so I guess we don't need to. So I guess we'll put it in the back part.
Now we should look at the sprint backlog, because that's the work that's pending for the sprint.
Okay, now what?
And the engines migration is a missing epic, so I'm looking for it.
Okay, the engines migration is a missing epic.
Yes.
Can I kill this because it's actually a checklist item in the CMDB?
No.
And it's done.
I see you. You're killing it, or you're?
Did I move the chair again?
Move it to done.
So I'm killing this. Where's the video? You're doing it, or you're going to get it done? Well, it's already done. External set. I guess I could convert this into a done card. So we can keep the linkage between the cards. This was this was a little while ago actually. Basically moved definitely like so this was this was a little while ago actually. Basically moving Jeff really likes to use 10 files on the file system, and we really wanted to come from the database. So there's code there now to do that one, for this to work. The way Chef 10 handles authentication is crazy. Every object creates its own separate thing, separate client, and passes its own authentication.
We're already done. We're missed our
Actually, should I move it to accept
unless it's really easy.
And I'm going to kill this one to figure out how.
It's in the more options, but just move it to done.
How do you delete the card? Archive. That's fine. Talked about these, this, we just talked about this. I guess this is another one where we had a double card.
So in the interest of time, and I'm sorry to be cutting things down at the end, I think we need to say this card is process.
So in the interest of time,
we expect to work on it in this sprint. Don't move them. Let's just review them, because sprint backlog, really moving to doing is something that the developer doing that card should do. CMDB network bar clamp integration is something that we're using the network bar clamp as the first article, so that's coming. Attribute injection we talked about, test pass we talked about, and then moving bar clamps to Rails engines I just brought over from the general backlog into this card, into this sprint. So this is an epic. It'll take a couple of times to work out. That's weird. I added a.
I think Wayne had a pretty detailed plan.
I did. I don't know why.
Okay, so Wayne. I think Wayne had a pretty detailed plan. Maybe we need to reflect it as checklist items in here.
Weird.
I did. I don't know why.
Let's not keep drilling on it. I want to look at the other pieces. One of the things I want to talk about was Ruby 1.9. Victor, do you have any idea on what it's going to take to do 1.9 on because that's really our holdout.
Build it ourselves.
We have to actually spend some time doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to get our Ruby 1.9 stuff going, so we'll talk about it internal.
Or have OBS build it for RHEL 6. Hint, hint. If it is already doing that.
Can you guys look at having OBS build the RHEL 6 Ruby? For RHEL.
For
It's theoretically possible, yeah. I don't know how difficult it's going to be.
This item is probably blocked also because we need the RHEL version working.
So this item is probably blocked.
I realize that's a funny request.
So which RHEL version is this?
6.
I realize that's a funny request.
So which RHEL version is this?
It's the
Victor's looking.
Okay, and there are definitely no
let's move.
community builds of Ruby
It's getting to be a
1.9 elsewhere for that.
I'm seeing some churn from the 1918 stuff. So let's add this, put it in the blocked category.
Okay.
And the Crowbar 1X Hadoop release, you might as well move into the accepted category since we released it. Thank you. Just community's fine. So move the Crowbar Hadoop release to accepted.
okay.
Our team did actually complete that release. And those things are moving.
The trust release remains servebeer.com has an RT 1.9.3 for RHEL 6. Let's use that.
All right. That's why it's in the background sprint.
So we have getting it working on Crowbar 2.
All these things I think we can leave in the background.
Why it's in the background? Right.
This is making progress.
Okay.
And then Andy and I are going to be spending, and Judd also, we're going to be spending time early next week working on Chef and our Chef OpenStack work. So we're trying not to neglect that while we get all the Crowbar CMDB stuff going. Actually, we're not neglecting that while we're not. But can we jump to the backlog board? And Adam, we didn't. There's a boards on the right. That's a faster way to do that. Yeah. So for the on deck, continuous integration is moving forward. Proposal objects being removed. It's backlog node attribute history data. Not a priority right now. UI for bar clamp configuration is on deck once we get further with bar clamps. Network UI we're working on. No, I don't think it's done. And if Chris and Dave get to a point where they can pull this
the read-only part
backlog, then we should do it.
Actually done, right?
But that they'll pull it from here. I don't think we can commit it this sprint. That's really an epic. That's okay. Proper homepage. So this is the proper homepage and wiki content. I don't know if Simon's on the call. I like these. Okay, hey Simon, do you think you can complete these in the sprint? Oh, good. Sorry.
I'm here.
Can you complete these are things we can pull in sprint one or both of them? Probably not both, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I can do are you on here?
Yeah, I can do a first iteration on it.
Do you have a name on the board?
Simon, are you on here?
He might not be on.
What does that mean? Like,
do you have a?
Can I see it, or am I a participant and can you assign what to be?
The latter.
Yes, you can.
It's going to be in the alphabetical by first name.
The guy that looks like me.
Let me see. Hold on.
I mean, it's the guy that has the glasses.
You mean
like the sketch.
I don't
the
think
white
on that
on black sketch.
We'll deal with it later. Can you add yourself? Can you just add yourself to it? Yeah. Which one is that again? Update user data?
Yeah, I don't think you're on the backlog board is the thing.
Reorganize wiki content. We're on the backlog board.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
So those,
No,
both of those stories into the sprint backlog.
I might know actually. Let me check. We're going to keep going. We'll fix that later.
Current sprint.
Sorry,
backlog. I'm just nervous that we made this change, and while we didn't have very good information before, we've got a placeholder page. And build a proper home page, I think, probably needs to move too. Simon, you're supposed to be able to get Dale's to help with this.
Okay, so I jumped in.
Maybe Dale's on the phone. Yeah, it's a duplicate card. It's a duplicate card. Just leave it.
So didn't we just have this already
to accepted when we get the other one?
Backlog? This looks a better.
Move build proper home page.
Okay.
All right. And Adam, we didn't give you guys a lot of any real time. We sort of filled up a lot of this with active Dell work. Do you want to take a moment and think through cards that we aren't tracking for your team?
Yeah, okay. You were taking a moment and think through cards that aren't tracking on their
yeah, okay. I mean, the main one is at the top of the on deck stretch. The Crowbar 2 installation thing, which Ralph, I think, has already started on.
Crowbar 2 installation.
So really that definitely needs to be moved to the current sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, which this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually put it in doing because it's already started.
That's about right.
Yeah, you could actually put it in doing because it's already started. And I just noticed another one from the backlog, which I did this sprint, which was to create a portal on the OpenSUSE wiki for Crowbar.
So you already.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't move it to accepted if everyone's okay with that. It's a pretty kind of boring stub page at the moment, but it serves the purposes of the card.
Do you have a link for it?
It's in your activity log, the third one there.
Oh no, I missed it
Right.
before. Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
Ooh.
Just wrapping up the community call.
This I think is actually also stuff that Victor aren't you actively working on this?
This I think is actually also stuff that Victor, aren't you actively working on this?
This is ongoing work to do the CI dev tool. So we have
the CI metadata is there. That last step actually
So that's
is
probably also
about one separate ongoing checkboxes.
Hey guys, we either need to make this meeting longer in the future or find a way to be more streamlined with advanced planning. We've got a hard stop because the rest of our team shows
Showing up in our conference room, expecting to be on a different phone call.
To talk about similar stuff. So let's take Simon. Would you mind leading a process conversation with either figuring out how to streamline this? Because I know you're good at finding ways to make our conversations faster.
I can probably do that going forward. The only
I mean, if we're done now, yes, I can certainly do that going forward. The only reason why it wasn't streamlined today was because I could actually see the board. So, I mean, if we're done now, then we ran 7 minutes.
But I think once
It's over. I think that's
more engineers.
We can shave off time here and there to make this compressive down. I don't really think it's beyond an hour.
Right. And we can shave off time here and there to make it to compress it down further. I don't want to extend it beyond an hour. I think it kind of stretches everybody's ability to pay attention to something that only moves in their space.
Okay.
So we'll get this to much better.
I mean, technically we've only really spent an hour because we started a fraction late. So.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, bring a good point.
If there are other meetings, then maybe we should just try and make sure everyone's ready to start on the dot of the hour.
Yep, agreed.
All right, next community call is Wednesday, I believe. So.
Okay.
I'll see everybody online then. Sorry, I'll see everybody online and then we'll talk.
You guys around
Wednesday.
Sounds good to me. All right, cool.